right, welcome back. Welcome back. May the Most High bless you. I'm back, y'all, with another video. Check out my title now. How caught up in technology are you? Say, hey, mama. Got my little princess with me. How caught up in technology are you? This is a real talk video, and I think this is a good time to do this video, especially because of what me and Brother Rodney been talking about lately in these videos. Big shout out to you, brother, aka PP Johns, as known as PP Johns on there. Oftentimes, you hear me talk about how the enemy moves through technology, and I always talk about Ephesians 6 and 12 because we know this battle is not against flesh and blood. We know what it's against. These rulers of darkness. Y'all know the rest of that scripture. Amen. But there's a powerful video on earth that's got Denzel Washington in it, and he's talking about technology. And I think that video is called "This Will Leave You Speechless," something like that. And I'm not gonna take no credit on what I'm about to quote from Denzel, but you hear me oftentimes say that. Let me just say it like this: you hear me say about Hollywood, they not just movies. Even with cartoons, they not just cartoons. Even the commercials, they not just commercials. They leave so much information, and most of us don't even catch it. They are showing us a lot of stuff right before our own eyes, but we too busy laughing at that scene because it's in the movie. When you laugh, and you really should be looking and paying attention in a lot of these movies. And then when you look at a movie like The Matrix, that movie speaks for itself. But not to jump off on all that, Denzel said this. He said, people really need to understand, are you using your device, or is your device using you? He said, can you put your device down? Can you turn it off? And I thought about that, just that one part alone. How many people can really go a day without Facebook, go an hour without Facebook, Instagram, tweet, what else, Twitter, all these things that's out now. See, you are being programmed. Y'all remember the old video I talked about television, TV, TV, television, telling your vision. And you wonder why it's called TV programming. Y'all heard me say this in my old video, especially back in the day, even when you get certain TVs now, they program a lot of them, but you would have to program. First thing you would have to do was program those channels. And look at how many people sit in front of the TV all day, stay in front of this all day. But another thing Denzel said in that clip, he said, if you don't read the newspaper, you are uninformed. And then he said, if you do read the newspaper, you misinformed. Just like I said about CNN, the news, the fake media, all the lies they portray. This lady asked Denzel, she was like, so, well, what do you do? Denzel said, that's a good question. What do you do with too much information? Like Denzel be saying. He said, but what is the long-term effect of too much information? He said, one of the effects is the need to be first, not even to be true anymore. So whatever responsibilities you all have to tell the truth, but not to just tell the truth, but to be first about it. But now catch that. How many people gonna really tell the truth? Jada, not too many. Most people care nothing for the truth. See, once again, the media is gonna portray lies all the time. Appreciate that, Denzel. My man, appreciate that. Now, my old video, I talked about how the media loves to show you fear. They love to promote fear. Why? It keep most people scared, running, wondering what's going to happen next. Why? Because faith and fear do not mix. They want to keep you scared. They want to keep you dependent on the government. I got to take it there. Just think about so many, I hate to say this, but let me just take it there. And to my queens, women in my race, no disrespect, but look at how many are focused. Section 8, all the things that the government hands out to you, the WIC program, you name it. When you depend so much on something else, it takes you away from the Most High. Now I know I'm being real. A lot of people need help, amen. And I'm not saying this to mean it in a bad way, but my point is that's why when the government shuts down or send these little, well, we having another government shut down, you run scared. Well, what if my such and such don't come? What if they cut me off from this? See, the government should never have taken the place of the Most High in none of our lives. That's why it was meant to be husband and wife, family. Because when you split up male and female, when you split up husband and wife, mama and daddy, mother and father, when they get split up, the whole house is messed up. But not to jump off and all that, just making a point with it. But the media promotes that fear to keep you scared. Remember when Ebola came out? Where is it at now? It's gonna be another sickness coming out. Swine flu again. Something else gonna come back. It's always something different. And then next thing you know, you don't even see it no more. But when you look at this technology, like Denzel was saying in that clip, can you turn it off? When you look at most homes now, remember back in the day you used to sit at the dinner table and eat and have a live conversation looking at each other. In most houses, you don't even see that no more. You don't you don't see it. Or it may be some that truly still do that. But even to the ones that still doing it, how many are sitting at the table with the phone off? Or the phone not even at the table? You have your undivided attention with each other. I see even in movies, you see people eating at the table, but they head down doing it. Let me see. What you say, Mama? I didn't hear you. I was in my. What you say, brother? Daddy, what you say? I wasn't even listening. I just. Wait a minute. Let me get through with this one text right here. This is my friend overseas. Huh? Distractions. Even in public, people on dates. Did you say something to me? Let me put my phone down. Okay, that's my last text. It have taken away true communication. Let me take it there with the babies, the children, 6, 7 months old. Let's say 2 or 3 years old, even a 1 year old, baby J age. They in these already. Why? Because they see the parents in them all the time. They want this phone. They grabbing it, drooling on it, and moving the screen already. That's why I don't like for baby J to be in the phone like that all the time. Now he may be looking at something with ABCs or something like with his mom, but most of the time, my wife will tell you I don't play that. I don't like him getting her phone because she got that iPhone and looking at it all the time. It's like he wants that phone all the time, but that's a program. So a lot of people not going to agree with what I'm saying right here, but that's a program for a child. In that same video I'm talking about with Denzel, excuse me, it says that 92% of 2-year-olds play video games most of the day because their parents put this in front of them, or these big notepads now, to keep them quiet, to keep them understanding. I was just telling my wife we was at the little park the other day where I had baby J at. They wasn't even playing because they had these big old tablets or notebooks, whatever these things called now. And the lady got mad at her son. She said, I brought you out here to play. If I know you wasn't going to play and interact with the other children, I should have just left you at home. The boy told his mom, I don't want to play with you. I just want to be in my program. This take away true fellowship. And it's not just for children, it's in grown folks too. But keep that in mind. 92% of 2-year-olds play video games because mama gonna give it to them. You know what? I need you to be quiet. So they give them needs so they can be quiet and so they can be entertained and they can leave them alone and stop all that crying and whining. We live in a scary time now, y'all. That's why I watch my son like a hawk or like an eagle, I should say. His every move because I don't want him to end up like most of these children I see. I'm doing her the same. I'm gonna do her the same way when she get his age. He's going on 2 years now, and I'm gonna be on her this. I'm not gonna let up on her because she's a girl. See, I know like me and y'all, you gonna get soft now. You better ask somebody about me. That's why I don't even spoil her. I don't even give in to her. I feed her, I hug her, and when I'm done feeding her, hugging her, changing her, I'm not sitting up holding her. I was trying to get her to stay woke in this video, but bless her little heart. I wanted y'all to see how she growing, but we have to be careful, y'all, what we allow our children to do. There's so many children brainwashed with these notepads, these iPhones. They don't even know how to go outside and play no more. I can't relate to that because when I was a child, I stayed outside. My mama had to make me come in the house because we didn't have all this stuff. That's why in the older video I said technology is good and technology is also bad. But hey, I'm going to leave you with this because this is hitting my spirit. Y'all remember when I told y'all about that cartoon called The Jetsons? Because this goes with what I'm saying too. Remember that video I talked about the Jetsons? Brother PP Jones, I know you know what I'm talking about. That was more, way more than a cartoon because the Jetsons was showing way back then things that's happening now and things that's to come. And most of us thought that was just a cartoon. I'm guilty because I thought it was just a cartoon. They showed so much technology. Now let me take it a step further. When you look at The Simpsons, that cartoon, yeah, I talked about Ebola earlier. Now remember, Bart Simpson showed Ebola in episodes long time ago, way before the world came and showed us Ebola. Excuse me, on the news. Now why was that? He showed ahead of time in a cartoon. Now, since let's take it there about The Simpsons for a minute, because I know a lot of people used to look at that and probably still do. Remember Mr. Burns on The Simpsons? Charles Montgomery Burns. I think that was his name. That was Homer Simpson's boss. He was the owner and the chairman of that Springfield nuclear power plant. Y'all remember how powerful that power plant was? They was always trying to come up with something, making this, making that. But when you look at Mr. Burns on there, do you see now what was really going on back then when they made this cartoon? Did you really see what Mr. Burns was all about? It wasn't just about the chemical, that power plant, but that man was taking over the world in that cartoon. His focus was world domination. Now, if you think it was just a cartoon, I feel bad for you because it wasn't. This boss man, Mr. Burns, showed how wicked he was. He was caught up in that wealth. He showed you the true definition of a wicked world of wealth and power. It was always about money and power. He even showed you the tricks and tips on how to do it, but yeah, that was just a cartoon. I'm gonna go a step further as I close. How many of us remember Pinky and the Brain? Yeah. What did Pinky always ask Brain? Every time the episode, he would say, "Gee, Brain, what are we gonna do tonight?" And what would Brain tell Pinky? Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try and take over the world. Try to do what? Try and take over the world. We better catch this stuff, y'all. They are not just cartoons. The movies you see, they are not just movies. When you're looking at this stuff, try to catch what's really being said in there. That's why I don't call it Hollywood. I call it Holly Weird. But it's really not all that weird when you catch what's going on. All these shows and sitcoms, just like Brother P.P. Jones was just saying, if you caught up in that stuff all day, every day, including being in this, you lost. So y'all, that's my time. Me and Jada, we gonna my little mama, we gonna sign off, and we gonna say y'all have a wonderful, 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 blessed day.